Hi everybody, welcome back to California Chris, and today we're going to have a look at the dash on the California Ocean 6.1. We've had a look at this before in some videos when we've been at shows and things, but this is our one in the showroom, so we're going to use this one to have a look at. So we'll talk you through the dash, where everything is, what the buttons are, give you a quick overview of some of the functions that's on here. Obviously we'll need to do separate videos on things like the navigation system, because that's quite a big in-depth video all on its own that's there. But let's have a look at what you're getting, where the buttons are, what they do from on here. So we've got our child lock button, so this deactivates the rear door for children so they can't open it and close it. Your electric windows, your electric mirrors, which is worked off here, so your left, your right, you can set it from on there. You can spin it around and the mirrors can fold up, and you can also have it on the heated element side as well, so they're heated as well as foldable. And then above that we've got your central locking button. So if you've watched videos before, or you've had a California 6 before, you'll know that the central locking button on the dash here is what you use to lock the vehicle when you're camping, and that's not changed, so it's still where it is, that's on here as well. As we move over, we're moving towards our lights panel. You'll notice the lights panel looks very similar. It's the same as in previous models. This vehicle, with it being the Ocean, has lights and visions pack as standard, so you can twist it to auto and then pull out for your fog lights that's there. You've got three other buttons on the side here, which on this particular one at the moment there's only one button that's used, and that's to turn off the anti-skid function, so the electronic stability program. You wouldn't normally turn that off. The instances you might, for example, is if you're in snow and things like that, where you actually want the wheels to spin, or on soft ground, for example, but generally speaking you wouldn't turn that off, you'd just leave that button all alone that's in there. And then we move to the main central part of the dash. So on the steering wheel itself we've got the control functions on here. So as with most multifunction steering wheels within the Volkswagen group, this side on the right hand side is about working with your dash. So you can move through your different sections of the dash, so your radio, for example, telephone, vehicle status, driving data, things like that that's on there. You can move up and down through the different menus. Voice control is activated off this side that's here. And then you've also got your volume control on your left hand side, your track control on the other side here, and then your cruise control is on the left hand side of the steering wheel here. This vehicle's got adaptive cruise control, that's standard, and that's all worked off here. We've done a video before on how adaptive cruise control works, and it's no different on the 6.1 to as it is on the 6, but the controls are all based off there. Now the one thing that I have to say I really am impressed with this vehicle, I really do love, is this digital cockpit. As soon as you turn it over, your dashboard comes up, and I think it's just brilliant. I just love it. You've got different colours in there. It's nice. It's vibrant. A really good function, and it's standard on this model digital dash. So it's an option on the Coast model. It's standard on the vehicle on the Ocean model as well. So it certainly makes you feel like you're in a new vehicle when you turn it on. So it's actually digital dash which comes up, and the next to digital dash here is we've got your stereo information system that's here. So I think we've mentioned this maybe before on here, but on the 6.1 on the Ocean model, you get navigation with the normal navigation system. I've gone for the optional bigger screen, so this is the Navigation Pro. So there's no buttons on here at all, it's all done on the screen. It's the biggest screen that you can get that's on the dash, and I think it really complements the whole of the dash that comes in. It is an option, £666 including the VAT. But I think on the whole on the vehicle, I think if you're going to, I think is a well worth upgrade. I think a few people have even said to me, why is it not standard? I don't know, is a simple answer to that, but you've got to stop adding stuff for standard at some point, haven't you? So it's where you draw the line. But I really do like this. The combination of the two just makes you feel like you're in a premium vehicle, and you're getting a lot, and it looks really nice. So moving on to the central bit of the console here, we've got our automatic gearbox that's here, and then behind that is your heated controls, which again they look very similar to the previous model that's here. So you've got obviously your air conditioning. It's 2-zone, so you can have it on both sides of the vehicle. Sorry, I say 2-zone, 3-zone is the correct terminology, I do apologise. So zone 1 driver, zone 2 and zone 3 in the back, and you can set those all via the controls that's on there as well. Those are actually pretty much identical to as they were in the 6, so the previous videos we've done on there, it won't be any different to those there. Pretty much looks the same as well, the buttons are in the same place, and how it works, and you can sync them in together, so just the driver operates all 3 zones, or they can work independently. Then you've got your hazard lights here. This is your park assist button. So this vehicle has got park assist on, so that will help you parallel park the vehicle. And in fact, when I say help, it will do the steering wheel side of things for you. Once another vehicle arrives for this to come in the showroom, we'll get this on the road. As soon as it's on the road, we'll do a video on that park assist. We'll set up a little demonstration area and we can show you how that actually works in reality. But that basically I've used it on cars before. It is really good. You drive past the space, put it in reverse, and the vehicle will drive into that space for you and parallel park. And then next to that we have our parking button. Again, this will give our parking area where things are around us, for your parking sensors front and rear. Parking camera, rear reversing camera is an option, so you could obviously look at that as well if you wanted to. And then you've also got as well the stop start, the ability to turn the stop start off as well, which is all located off the dash section. To the top part of the dash here, some things you'll be used to, so our blinds that are in the front, and then you've got some cup holders, so you've got cup holder on either side, which is here on top of the dash. A bit of extra storage, so you can put things on the dash section on here, and there's a 12-volt socket, which might be quite handy if you've got a dash cam, for example, on the vehicle. You could have that down here and plugged into here. Obviously when your blinds come across, that's what goes into these holes that's on here, and it connects up via these flat bits at the top. So again, we've done videos on this before from the 6 model, so I'm sure you're used to that. And then moving around from the dash, we come down to, got a bit of storage here to put things in the top section. Again, a bit more here to put things on if you need to. And then you've got the glove box, which is in there, which also as well within the glove box has a air conditioning port as well. So you can blow cold air into there if you wanted to put sandwiches and things like that in there. On an Ocean, you've got a fridge in the back, so you probably use the fridge, but it is the function that's in there as well. And moving back along the dash, in here we've got a power output here. I know it's got a little sign of a cigarette, but in today's day and age, it's more about having a power socket. And then on the side here, we've got USB-C sockets. So USB-C, which is becoming more of a standard now, obviously allows you then to add things into the information system as well. So you can plug your phone, for example, in to work with App Connect. So moving up onto the top section on here, we've got a little sign that says about passenger airbag being off, whether it's off or on. You've got some reading light switches on either side, switch for the rear lights, and your button for your central lighting system, so you can press that so when you get into your vehicle all your lights come off and go on together. You've got an SOS button, so that connects in via the data to come and get you. Breakdown assistance and information line. Those buttons actually have been in transporters before, quite a long time ago it was, but basically by pressing those buttons the vehicle's got its own data card to connect, and this is what we connect, which is the Volkswagen system that's in there, which again we're going to do a separate video on that. We need to get the vehicle on the road, get it connected and show you exactly how that works and how it communicates back to Volkswagen, but it also lets you communicate to Volkswagen as well, or to the emergency services, so your breakdown cover and things like that, which is what all this is for, the 3 buttons that's on there. We'll do a separate video on there because it's a bit more in depth and what's involved and connecting and creating a Volkswagen account and so forth from on there as well. And then at the top of that we've got the new control panel for the Ocean model, and that's where we're going to stop for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.